Hey guys, welcome back to my weekly Newcastle update. So it's been a decent stretch of time since the new owners have come on board. I do think there's been some interesting developments over the past week. So today I'm going to cover the squad performance so far, along with these rumours and the prospects for Newcastle's future. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So first up, performance-wise, not much has changed. I wasn't expecting a win against Chelsea yesterday, but oh my word, what a collapse. 3-0, we tried to park the bus and we failed miserably. We made just one shot on target, I believe. And of course, with displays like that, we have one of the worst defensive records in the division. And we're yet to even pick up a win this season, 10 games in. I actually made my debut on Premier League Today this week, and I did speak about this in depth. I do feel we're unsettled at the moment. We're sort of in limbo until the new managerial appointment does go through. But then again, am I just making excuses for poor performances? I guess a 3-0 defeat at St James's Park is not what I want to wake up on a Sunday morning thinking about, especially not after the buzzword, billionaire owner headlines over the past month. But just like I pointed out last week, they do need a little more time to adjust to our new club identity, and in the meantime I do expect a little bit of chaos and uncertainty, hoping for a better result against Brighton next weekend. So now let's talk about Steve Bruce replacements again. There have actually been more developments on ERIK Ten Hag being considered for that managerial role. And the Dutch Ajax boss, he has been on Newcastle's radar for a role as our club manager. But then some reports suggest that it will take quite a lot to convince Ten Hag to leave Amsterdam and lead the Magpies. I'm not too surprised to hear these claims, of course. I feel taking on that monumental role of leading a team like Newcastle towards a regular top 6 team is an enormous task, not to mention status-wise, we're not a Man United, and sadly in recent years we can't even call ourselves a top half team. And I mean, just look at yesterday's defeat against Chelsea. The mess we're in, it just adds more pressure on the team's management to deliver some form immediately, and all the more when we've begun to flirt with the possibility of relegation. And in the case of Ten Hag, it might just be a game of priorities. I guess with his time at Ajax, he's worked hard towards building this team and leading them to the top of their group in the Champions League, taking them into the knockouts in 2022 with a lot of confidence. Also, if Newcastle's manager problems weren't complicated enough as it is, of course, there's also the issue of new managerial slots opening in other top teams. In Barcelona, Ronald Koeman's sacking will definitely be a huge opportunity for seasoned, high-profile managers. Of course, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, his time at Man United, is swiftly running out, and I think it's probably only a matter of time before things are made public on that front. So I do think it's easy to see, the pickle that Newcastle have found themselves in. I think with these options opening up for potential managers, negotiations, they're bound to be a lot tougher for every party involved. Now let's cover a little update related to Newcastle's under-23s. So after 26 years playing a huge role in Sunderland's youth development, Elliot Dickman has now made the move to Newcastle, no doubt to help start a strong investment towards home-brewed talent on Tyneside. I do feel like he's a great choice for this role due to his passion and the integral role he played in the success of developing first-team players at Sunderland's academy over time. I think with the structures in place at Newcastle's revamped academy, there'll be a lot more in terms of resources, so Dickman will be excited to explore braver strategies towards building solid players for Newcastle. Fingers crossed. Now let's end with some transfer talk, starting with James Tarkowski, who Newcastle are said to be showing interest in. With his contract at Turf Moor due to expire soon, I think Tarkowski, at 28 years old, he's an attractive target for teams who are desperate to stop conceding avoidable goals. And I am talking about us, Newcastle. I think if there's one man for the job, I truly believe it's Tarkowski. He's shown some really outstanding defensive efforts under Sean Dyche, and I think he played a really critical role in helping Burnley avoid relegation and remain in the Premier League. But right now it's looking like quite a defining time for his career. I'm sure he'd be looking to advance towards a more ambitious club, and Tottenham are said to also be interested in him. I reckon with his confidence, his leadership skills, and his no-nonsense defensive spirit, he'd be a really powerful asset for either Tottenham or us at Newcastle, and hopefully we swoop in there before Spurs and make that happen. So according to reports from El Nacional, Toni Kroos has popped up on Newcastle's radar for a potential move in a future transfer window. And apparently Newcastle is ready to place a bid worth around 30 million euros to secure him. In my opinion, us Magpies could do well with a really experienced player like Kroos on our side. However, whether or not he'll be ready to make the move, that's another topic for discussion. I think after drawing Real Madrid from Bayern back in 2014, as you all know, Kroos has established himself as one of the club's greats. With a really strong presence in the midfield and that elite level experience, I feel like Kroos will be a major upgrade at St James's Park. Moving on, one of Watford's most important players, Ismaila Sarr, he's a player that fits the profile of what a reinvented Newcastle might need, I think. And the Sarr rumours over the past few weeks have intensified. He was originally signed from Stade Rennais back in 2019, and he's been a bright spark in the Watford side. He was integral in their efforts to get promoted from the Championship. He scored 23 goals and he made 16 assists in 79 appearances. So this 23-year-old has had a really good run in his time at Watford. He's considered one of the top up-and-coming players in the Premier League. And I think now, with our cash-rich status, I do think Newcastle is making the right moves by working towards signing players like him. I think players like Sarr are definitely in that bracket of players with something to prove and to be in the right club environment to develop, really. He's young, so it'd be really great to see what he's got in store if he does join us. I think there's a huge potential for growth, and we can build our ambitions on these kinds of business decisions. Right, well that's it for this week's Newcastle update. I do think the club has definitely been making a few moves here and there towards potential changes, and with the speedy, transparent updates we're getting from the owners, I feel like they want to switch things up as soon as possible, and I really hope that we can just secure our new manager this week. Like I said, I don't like this state of limbo we are in right now. Christmas will creep up on us, and our current place in the league standings, it's shocking. I think looking ahead, considering transfer targets and this January transfer window, it is sure to be an interesting one to observe. And I do expect there'll be no half measures with business. The resources are there to begin building our new identity. Our new manager will be the first huge step towards this. So yeah, I'm really keen for that decision to be made there ASAP. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this weekly update. Do comment below your thoughts. Hit the like button if you did enjoy it. Subscribe for more Newcastle content. This series, again, was brought to you by kitbag.com, so check out their collections on the link below. I've also left you a discount code there. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!